Montell Cozart, you named him quarterback. What did you see out of him in the spring?
Well, last year when we decided to burn his red shirt about halfway through the season, one of the things we wanted to see is whether or not we'd have a dual threat quarterback if we went in that direction, and that's what Montell brings to the table that that we really didn't have. We've had the runner, we've had the thrower, but we haven't had that guy, that all-around guy that could do both, and that's what he showed to us in the spring.
By going ahead and naming him the starter now, are you hoping that like in the time now between practice starting, he can kind of continue to be a leader and develop?
Well, with Jake being named a captain last year, I think that if we wouldn't have done that, we would have kind of misled our team going into the summertime, because Jake would have been the leader in the summer and Montell would have been standing in the background. And I think that if Montell's going to be your guy, then you should put him in that position.
You also have new offensive coordinator in John Reagan. What does he bring to the table?
Well, we've changed the offense. Obviously we haven't scored enough points in the last couple of years to win football games in the Big 12. And with the firepower that there is in this league, if you can't score points, you can't win. So we had to go to a little bit more wide open type of mentality, which isn't really my mentality. So I went on to find somebody that fit.
You had a receiver that transferred in that's going to be eligible this year, Nick Harwell. I've heard a lot of things about him being a guy that could be a Big 12 level receiver. Is that what you're hoping for out of him?
Well, he is a Big 12 level receiver, and I think that, it would have been nice if we could have played him last year. He only had 1 year of eligibility left, but, fortunately for this year, that didn't come to fruition. So now we have a guy who could step in and really take the bull by the horns. And not only is he a good player, but he showed some great leadership for us, after having waited in the wings for a year, and we're really looking forward to seeing what he could do.
Last thing I wanted to ask you about the defense, the progress you saw that the defense made, and how good do you think you guys can be defensively this year? Well,
we return almost everybody on defense, and our secondary was actually pretty decent last year, and our linebackers were actually pretty decent. We got arguably one of the best linebackers, if one of the best defensive players in the league, in Van Heaney. And I think that if we can get some pressure on the quarterback up front, I think we could be pretty good on defense.